Hello everyone and welcome back to MalChava Cuisine with Miss Naomi Mbungu. In today's video, we will be making grilled tilapia, baby leaf spinach stew and also plantain. In order to make our grilled tilapia, of course we need tilapia. I purchased this at my local fishmongers. And we also will be needing our baby leaf spinach. You can purchase this at your local supermarket such as Sainsbury's, Tesco or Asda, or even at your local market as well, with our tomato, onions, aubergine and also plantain. In order to marinate our grilled tilapia, we will be needing the following spices. For our spices, we will be needing 1 teaspoon of grated nutmeg, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of fish seasoning, 2 tablespoons of jumbo seasoning, 4 Maggi cubes and 2 teaspoons of chili powder, 2.5 tablespoons of chopped tomatoes, and also 2.5 tablespoons of lemon juice. To begin, what I tend to do is to clean my fish. I tend to cut off the tail of the fish and also the tails around it, and also the gills and the gill arc which is inside the fish, and I'll be showing in clear detail how I tend to clean that out. I really don't like having the tails around the fish, but some people that I know really like eating that. That's fine, personal preference, but this is just for me how I tend to clean the fish as well. So please watch this bit carefully, how I clean the fish inside and out, and especially a fish like tilapia, because if you don't clean it properly, it does taste a bit acidic in your mouth. So do take your time, and as I've also said in my first video, which was the MalChava one, water is your friend to clean out the fish as well. And we will also be using the lemon juice to clean out the fish. So watch this carefully and see how I clean my tilapia. Once I've cut around the fish, I get my knife to dissect the fish inside and to remove the gill arc, which I'm doing right now. You gotta pull it off. It's a bit tough, that one, so I had to pull it off. There we go. It's coming off. Make sure you always look around the corners that you don't leave some bits inside. Pull that all off. Once that's come off, we don't use that. No. Throw in a bin. There we go. Clean the insides. I'm sure you can see the black skin around the fish. Use your knife and scrape that off as well, and dissect your fish down until you reach to the tail, okay, which I'll be showing in my video. As you can see, take your time to clean the fish, because you don't want to serve this for guests or your friends coming over and they don't want to be into eating the insides of the fish. Take your time to clean this. Now you can clearly see that I'm scraping off the black skin on the inside. This is the bit that I mentioned, that if you don't scrape it off when you do make your tilapia, it will taste very acidic. Scrape that off and any excess blood inside. Using our lemon juice, pour this over the tilapia, reversing this on both sides as well. Pour it over and also on the inside. This is just going to remove any of the excess blood or residue that we've left that we didn't clean properly, and this is just to remove the sliminess on the fish, just to cleanse the fish. We want it to taste really fresh and nice. And what you're going to see afterwards is I'm going to throw the water or the lemon juice, of how we cleaned the fish, and you see the discoloration of the color from how we've cleaned the fish. So if we missed any spots that we didn't clean the fish properly, the job of the lemon juice is to cleanse that for us. Now that our tilapia is clean on the inside and also on the outside, I'm going to score my fish with making 3 lines on each side, as you can clearly see. That's my first line, the second line, and also the third line. Okay, and the fourth. We're going to flip it over. As you can see, those are my score lines for the flavor when I will marinate it. And I will do the same procedure on the other side. This is very essential if you want that extra flavor to go into the bones when you make your tilapia. After scoring my tilapia, I'm then going to add in my spices. So the Maggi cube, the jumbo seasoning, garlic powder, chili powder, and also the nutmeg. And I'm going to mix this well, as you can see. Make sure you do this on both sides of the fish. Repeat the same process. And also on the inside of the tilapia, also add in some flavorings as well. Not too much, but ensure that it's also mixed in well, because you just don't want the flavor to be on the outside, but also on the inside. After adding in all of my spices, as you can see, what I'm going to do next is add in my chopped tomatoes. I like this because it gives the fish a rich flavor. Mix that all well, and it makes it really brown well once you do grill it as well. And as you can see, you can marinate it for 2 to 3 hours or 24 hours and store it in the fridge. After seasoning my tilapia and marinating this overnight, once I'm ready to cook this, I'm going to be using my halogen oven. I've used this before to make my grilled chicken, and I'm going to be using this quite often in my videos as well. And I'm going to place the link down below. So I've placed this inside my halogen oven, and I've also got my rack there so that it doesn't separate or the fish doesn't break apart. So this will keep the fish nice and strong together. I'm going to cover this with the lid, and I'm going to cook this until it's cooked actually, but I've also placed the timer on how I cook the fish. So the time I've placed there is for how long I cook the fish. So I cook this for 20 to 35 minutes, and I place it to a medium-high heat, but cook this until your desired color or desired taste. If you're going to be making the same recipe as me or tilapia and you're going to fry it, what I can suggest for you to do is to coat it with plain flour, so when you do fry it, it doesn't stick to the pan. Or if you're going to place this in the oven as well, place some plain flour on the tilapia. This will make sure that it doesn't stick or it doesn't separate or break apart. But I didn't use this for the halogen oven because I placed a rack there, and I've done this many times, so I know how to look after the fish or watch over it. But if you're going to be frying it or placing it in the oven, I would highly suggest that you coat that with some plain flour. Okay, and as I mentioned, cook this until golden or cooked until brown. So to make my baby leaf spinach, as you can clearly see, what I'm going to do is to place it all in a bunch. I'm going to bunch it all together. I'm just going to get, let's just say, 5 to 10 leaves all together, and I'm just going to slice it downwards. I'm just going to slice it thinly, okay, and just keep slicing, as you can clearly see, and be careful for your fingers. So make sure you get a sharp knife for you to get the right shape for your spinach, and continue to slice this downwards. And I use 2 packets of baby leaf spinach for this stew actually, and yeah, it can be done that way. So make sure you slice it downwards. Once I have finished slicing my spinach or chopping my spinach, I'm going to then chop up my aubergines. I've removed the skin, and I'm just going to cut them in squares or into cubes. And as you can clearly see as well to the side, I have already cut up my onions for the stew. Now to clean our baby leaf spinach, I'm just going to place this under a cold tap, and I've got my sieve underneath there, and I'm going to wash this carefully. Let's ensure that there is no soil or any sort of residue of the ground there. So take your time to clean this, and I'm going to repeat this 3 or 4 times. Now we're going to begin the process to steam off our baby leaf spinach. Add 1 teaspoon of olive oil to your pot, and I'm using this cooking pot which I love to make for spinach. I'm going to add that in, and once it's heated up, I'm then going to add in my baby leaf spinach. Once the oil has heated up, I'm going to then add in my baby leaf spinach. As you can see, the steaming process has already begun and it will begin to steam. And you'll see at first that the pot will be filled with the baby leaf spinach, but towards the end, when it will begin to compress and become steamed, it will reduce down and become like a smaller quantity. So don't be worried if that happens to you also. It's normal because the spinach has steamed off. So what I like to do as well, give it a mix or two, and I like to not say stab it or tuta like we say in Lingala. What I'm going to do is just to compress it down as well in the pot for it to steam well. As you can see, we've steamed off our spinach for 7 to 10 minutes, and you see that it's all gone down into a small quantity. What we're going to do is we're going to drain off the water that we can see there, that green liquid. We're going to drain that off and start our stew. Drain off the excess water, the green liquid from when we steamed the baby leaf spinach, into a sieve, and then we're going to start our stew. Once I have drained off the excess water, I'm going to add in the onions and aubergine and allow this to sweat up for 5 to 7 minutes. After mixing in well my aubergine and onions, I'm going to add in 2 fresh chopped tomatoes, and I'm going to mix that all well together as well. I'm then going to add 3 Maggi cubes which I've crushed and mixed well together, followed by 1 tablespoon of garlic powder. I'm going to then add 1 tablespoon of blended Scotch bonnet, also known as pili pili, and also 2 tablespoons of Maggi liquid. I'm going to mix that all well together. I'm then going to add in 2 bay leaves and 1 cup of water and allow this to simmer until cooked. What I would recommend you to do for this recipe, this exact recipe, allow to cook for 20 to 30 minutes to medium to low heat. Allow this to cook. This is optional. If you feel as if you want the soup to be much thicker, you can add in 1 tablespoon or teaspoon of tomato puree to thicken up the soup as well. This is completely optional. After 20 minutes of cooking time, our stew is now ready and it looks amazing, and I'm sure guys can't wait to see how I'm gonna dish this up. Here we have it, guys, our grilled tilapia, our spinach, baby leaf spinach just like there, garnished it with some red onions, some lemon and lime, and of course our fried plantain. I've already done a video where I fried my plantain. If you haven't watched it, please check the video of Liboke Angulu and Liboke Angolo. You will see how I fry my plantain, and I didn't want to place it in today because you've already seen me do that before. But here we have it, guys, our grilled fish with our baby leaf spinach. Thank you very, very much for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed this. Take care. Until next time, guys, for our next video, please don't forget to subscribe for much more videos. Take care from Miss Naomi Mbungu from MalChava Cuisine.